my name is Carolyn Johnston. I've been a registered movement therapist for 34 years, and I've been an Alexander Technique teacher for 31 years. And I've taught many forms of dance for 51 years. I love the enthusiasm and the intelligence and the continual study that the teachers do in many ways. Their continual study of the Alexander Technique is really helpful to them personally, as well as their clients and their students. And so I'm so grateful to them for including me in their space and their studio to help their students and themselves improve not only their workouts, but their life and their way of being in life. The Alexander Technique is so rich. When I was wanting to study core somatics, which my acting teacher introduced me to, that was a combination of Alexander Technique, Gestalt psychotherapy, and Feldenkrais. And so I decided to take a Feldenkrais workshop. I read Fritz Perl's Gestalt therapy book, and I took an Alexander Technique workshop. And that workshop was life-changing for me. Bruce Furtman introduced the work with his hands-on guidance and applying the Alexander Technique to different activities with all of the people that were there. And it was incredibly exciting to see how people changed and how their skills improved in a minute. So I had to continue investigating the Alexander Technique. I decided to teach the Alexander Technique because it was so thrilling to me to become aware of my habits that were destructive to myself. And after enthusiastically studying and just so hungry for the next lesson I was going to have, and workshops, I was offered a full-time scholarship to train at the Alexander Teacher Training School in Philadelphia through Bruce and Martha Furtman. And I gratefully accepted, and 5 years later, I got my certification as an Alexander Technique teacher, traveling back and forth to Philadelphia many, many times, and it has been so rewarding. The Alexander Technique really changes many people's lives in different ways. So it's hard for me to come up with just one particular incident or student, but people are out of pain and they are more balanced, they're more confident. My students range from, like I had a 7-year-old student who was an ice skater, and she kept falling off her turns to the left. And after she took maybe 5 Alexander lessons, she stopped falling, turning to her left.
Wow.
And my oldest student was 98, who had a couple of falls, and after she was studying the Alexander Technique, she walked on her own without assistance, and she never fell again. My favorite way to unwind is gardening, dancing, playing the piano, singing, stretching with good intention, hanging out with my husband. One of my best days was traveling to Lancaster, Pennsylvania with my best friend and going to the Sight and Sound Theater, which is phenomenal with their musical productions of Christian shows. And that first show was different aspects of Jesus's life and the miracles that he did.